Hi everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today's speed build is actually a little bit of a longer one, and it's not even all that long, but it's a little bit longer than my videos have been recently. But we're actually building in the world of Selvadorada that came with the Jungle Adventures game pack way back in like 2018. And the reason I'm doing this particular build in this particular world this week is because it is actually my 6-year channel anniversary. So when I'm recording this on the 26th of February, so it's technically my anniversary today of the channel, but I couldn't get this up fast enough, so it's going up tomorrow, like the 27th. But yeah, so it was my 6-year channel anniversary yesterday, and I decided that for my 6-year anniversary we're gonna go back and we're gonna like not necessarily rebuild, but kind of like reimagine one of the very first videos that I posted here on the channel, which was actually this one. I'll put a little picture up on the screen. And this build was, I believe it was called Casa de Morel or something like that. And it was one of the first videos on the channel. I believe it was maybe like the 3rd video on the channel. And I think it was like the 2nd speed build that I've ever done on the channel. So yeah, it's one of the very first videos. And it is still today, like till this day, it is still one of my favorite builds because I do still use it, funnily enough. Usually when I do builds or anything like that, I'll do it for videos and then I will never use it again. I very rarely play in any of the builds that I do, and if I do something like years ago, the chances of me revisiting it like 6 years down the line is practically zero. So the fact that I still revisit that build and actually use it when my Sims go on vacation is saying something. But yeah, so this is basically a kind of like updated version, I guess you could say, of that house or of that rental, because obviously it was built in Selvadorada. So it is a rental because you can't live in Selvadorada, unfortunately. But this is basically a 2024 version of that house. So I did take inspiration from the shape of it. I took inspiration from the whole kind of like idea of it as well, with it being a little bit more of a modern build here in the middle of the jungle. I built it on the exact same lot as well. It's the Belomisia field station lot, I believe. It's up in the left hand corner of the screen, and I'll have it in the description as always. But yeah, so I built it on the same lot. It's on, obviously the same orientation, all of that stuff. I took inspiration from the shape, like I said, but this one is just better. So, or I guess I should say better according to me and what I like, because it's been 6 years since I've built that, and my building like skills and style and all of that stuff has changed a lot in like the past 6 years. And also we've gotten a lot of packs, so this isn't pack restricted. The first one also, I don't think it was pack restricted at all, but it was 2018, so we didn't have like even half of the packs that we have now. I tried to stick to a couple of like core packs for this. So obviously Jungle Adventures, I knew I wanted to use a lot of that. I used a little bit of the Castle Estate kit, mostly just like the foundation and some flooring. But basically this is a lot of Jungle Adventures. There's a lot of eco lifestyle, a lot of island living as well. I also used those big ranch windows that came with the horse ranch pack. I used a window from the Moschino pack, and then like doors and windows from the greenhouse kit, and there's a lot of packs in this. I also used, I believe, a lot of for rent as well, because a lot of those colors and stuff kind of fit the vibe. But yeah, so it's not pack restricted, unfortunately, but that kind of is what my channel is most of the time. I don't tend to pack restrict myself unless I'm intentionally doing a pack restricted build for whatever reason. But yeah, so this is basically, like I said, a reimagination is probably a better way of putting it, of that like original build basically, and this one is, like I said, a little bit bigger. It's actually 3 stories, which is something that I don't usually do, but when I was doing the roofing for this build, I figured, you know, I tried the roofing. I cut out a lot of it, but I tried doing the roofing without the 3rd floor, and it was just really awkward for some reason. I could not get it to work properly and like look okay. So I decided to add the 3rd floor, and that changed it a lot. It really helped, in my opinion. It helped the shape of the build, it helped the roofing, and obviously right now at this point we have a lot of build tools that we didn't have back in 2018. So we have platforms, and we can paint ceilings, and we have, you know, all of that different kind of stuff that we didn't have when I did the first build. So yeah, we also have access to like the live edit menu and all of that kind of stuff. So landscaping this was a lot of fun. I do that way at the end of the build. But yeah, so I used a lot of different things and just a lot of tricks and stuff that we didn't have originally. So originally in the original build, how many times can I say original in one sentence? But with the first build, I actually used the dance floors from the from the Get Together expansion pack to make a glass ceiling. And, you know, that was the only way that we could do it. We didn't have glass roofs. We didn't have those great, like, floor pieces from the Island Living pack or anything like that. So that was the only way I could make a glass ceiling. But with this one, you know, obviously we have proper glass roofs, so I did use a glass roof. And I even took inspiration from the first, like, original build for the glass roof for the placement of the living room. So the living room is actually on the 2nd floor. It's in that black kind of like expansion bit that's, you know, technically kind of floating. It's, you know, it has the patio underneath it with the columns. That's actually where the living room is going to be. So on the 1st floor, when you walk in, I should explain this, but the way I built this house, the like what's technically considered the front and the back is kind of flipped. So if you load into this lot, if your Sims come to stay here or visit it, they will actually spawn on the side where my Sim is standing right now. So that is technically what the game considers to be the front of the lot. So that is why I did put a door there. So that's technically the back door in my head because it goes into the kitchen. But yeah, so that's where the Sims will spawn when you load into this lot. But if you're taking gallery pictures, if you upload this build to the gallery like I did, the other side of the lot where the sun hits it is actually the front of the lot on the gallery. So I built the lot with that being the front because A, I wanted a good gallery picture. Sue me, I hate the gallery picture system and I wish we could take our own ones, but we can't. So yeah, I built the house to look good on the gallery, and because the sun comes from that side of the lot, so I wanted, you know, I wanted it to look nice. The other side of the house is in shadows all of the time. It never gets any sunlight. So yeah, technically I have the front of the house on the other side of where it technically is. But in any case, that does not matter. There's access to the house from both sides, so you're fine. But yeah, so basically when you come in, you have an entryway, you have the staircase upstairs. To the left, we have the kitchen and the dining room, which is obviously what we're working on right now. It's fairly big, fairly nice. This is a very expensive rental, by the way, I should mention that. It ended up being over 205,000 simoleons if you were to place this in a regular residential world and have your Sims buy and live in it. It would cost over 200,000 simoleons. But the rent per day, if you were to come and stay here on vacation, is 1,996 simoleons. So basically 2 grand a day to stay here, which, yes, it is obscenely expensive for a vacation rental. But then again, it's huge. It's like 6 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. And there's space, I kid you not, for 14 Sims. You can't even have 14 Sims on vacation at once, but I wanted to cover all of my bases, so I'll explain a little bit more about that in a second. But yeah, so on the first floor we have the kitchen, the dining room, we have the patio area where I have a bar, I have a grill out there, I also put a pizza oven out there, we have a outdoor fireplace, some seating, and that leads you down to the pool area where we have some lounges. I did end up putting in the new hot tub that we got with the 4 rent pack, I believe. So I put that out there under that little pergola thing. And then on the right side of the first floor, we actually have 2 bedrooms. So we have basically, they're kind of like 2 main bedrooms. They have double beds. Both of them have double beds. Both of them have walk-in closets. Both of them have en-suites as well. So on the first floor, there's 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. One of the bedrooms though, I did put a infant crib in it as well, but it's the portable one that your Sims can technically put in their inventories. And I did that because I figured, you know, if you're coming on vacation with your infant, you would probably have them sleep in the same bedroom as you know, if you're like going on vacation somewhere. Chances are you're going to bring your own travel crib if it's a place like this. If it's a hotel or something, you know, maybe they'll provide it. But, you know, for something like this, where I figured, you know, this rental wouldn't be used by a lot of different people, it might be used by maybe like 1 family or like maybe 2 or 3 families that would use this over time. But yeah, so anyway, there's an infant crib in one of the bedrooms downstairs. Then going upstairs, we actually have a little landing space. Then we have that big living room area, which it's absolutely gigantic. We'll get to it. But yeah, so we have the big living room space upstairs. Then on the second floor, we have another bathroom, like full bathroom. We also have another double bedroom that has a double bed in it, and that one also has an infant crib in it as well, and it has its own private little balcony space too. Then we also have a bedroom for a couple of, you know, kids or teenagers or whatever. There's 2 single beds in one of the bedrooms. Then we also have a toddler bedroom with 2 toddler beds in it. And then going upstairs, we have another little landing space that I actually end up putting a archaeology table in, so your Sims can like identify artifacts and stuff like that up there if that's something you want to do. And then upstairs on the 3rd floor, you know, that's where the archaeology table is, and that's also where I figured the like main bedroom would be. So that would be like the people that are paying for most of this vacation, that would be their bedroom basically. So it's quite a nice sized bedroom. It's big, it has obviously double bed, it has its own ensuite as well. It's definitely the biggest bathroom. All of the other bathrooms are basically copies of each other. They're all like, I believe 3 tiles by 4 tiles, so they're all like practically exact copies of each other. But the 3rd floor bathroom is a lot bigger. It's a very weird shape as well, so I got a little bit more creative with it. I did unfortunately cut out me doing all of the bathrooms because otherwise this video would have been way too long. So I cut out me doing the bathrooms, I cut out me doing, I believe, the front entryway, the 1st floor entryway, and the 3rd floor landing I cut out as well, I think. But I will show you guys everything at the end of the video when we do the little like live tour. I'll take you through everything. I cut out some cluttering and stuff like that too. So yeah, we'll go over all of that. Now, we've actually moved on to doing a couple of the bedrooms. We've already done one of them, so I talked through that one. But these are the 2 downstairs bedrooms with the double beds and the en-suites. This one that we're working on right now is actually where I end up adding in an infant crib, like at the foot of the bed. I don't do it right now, but when I start doing, I believe, we've moved on to the living room now. But at some point I come back and I realize that I want to put in infant stuff. So I go through, I add in a high chair in the kitchen, I add in a toddler potty in one of the bathrooms as well. And then I go in and I add the infant crib and all of that stuff. I believe it's when I start doing the toddler bedroom upstairs. is when I remember that I wanted to add stuff like that. So I go back to that bedroom. But yeah, so each bedroom I try to give it a very, I don't want to say uniform feel, but I use all of the same bedside lamps in all of the bedrooms. They have different bedside tables and different beds and all of that stuff. But I try to give them a uniform feel in the way that they all have color schemes, and it feels very like, you know, when this place was decorated, all of the bedrooms were like kind of given a color scheme, and then everything was furnished around that, if it makes sense. So they all have colorful walls, and then they have like one plain accent wall, I guess you would say. But yeah, so they all have different color schemes. The ones downstairs, one of them is bright blue, the other one is like a more muted blue. Then upstairs, second floor, we have a bedroom that's very, I think that one is the one that has the balcony. I think that one ended up being orange or something like that, like orange and green or something, if I'm remembering right. Then we have the kids room with the single beds in it that ended up being like red and yellow and orange-ish colored, I think. And then we have the toddler bedroom, which is again a little bit more blue, a little bit more neutral, a little bit lighter as well. And then the third floor bedroom is a lot of like really dark green colors, which that is probably my favorite bedroom out of all of them, if I'm being honest. I love the way that room turned out. I also love the bedroom on the second floor with the double bed with like the balcony. I don't know, I really like the way that one turned out too. But yeah, I used a mix of different packs. Obviously, as you can see, I used some things from cats and dogs. I used a lot of rugs and stuff like that from cats and dogs and from the laundry day stuff pack. And yeah, I mix and match a lot of different things. I also add in a little standing piano over there. I do add in a computer just because in gameplay, I always find that my Sims need computers. Even if they're on vacation, sometimes you want to order something or, you know, something like that. I always find it handy to have a computer. So we have a computer out there. And then I can't remember. Yeah, I put a desk in the kids' bedroom. I put a desk in the kids' bedroom down on the second floor that has the single beds. I do put a desk in there, but I don't put a computer in there. So, you know, maybe if your Sims bring their own laptop or something, they can set it up there or something like that. But yeah, there is a desk. And then, yeah, this is just going to be like a little reading corner by the front entryway with the bookshelf and these gorgeous, like, egg hanging chairs from the high school years pack, I think, is where those chairs came from. But yeah, that's basically the entire living room. Like I said, the living room is huge. There's the TV area, then there's another seating area. And yeah, this is where I realized that I wanted to add toddler and infant stuff. So I put a like little high chair in the kitchen. I put the toddler potty in. That's where I have one of the cribs. And then we're going to do the toddler's bedroom first. So as you can see, it's very uniform, you know. It's very uniform. It's very much like, you know, everything was picked out with a color scheme in mind, and it was stuck to. It was very much like designer decorated, if that makes sense. It's not like, you know, this family has lived here for years and there's a bunch of random things that the toddler has picked out themselves, like random toys and, you know, stuff like that. It's very much this has been decorated as a vacation home and not somewhere people would live 24/7. It's still very cluttered because it's me, and apparently I cannot build without clutter. But yeah, that's also why it's so expensive. But yeah, so this is going to be the little toddler bedroom. I'm going to use these curtains from the For Rent pack, and I'm going to use them in yellow because, I don't know, I feel like the blue and the yellow kind of work together really, really well. And then I put these hanging garlands up in front of the windows in like this leaf pattern from the Seasons pack. And I don't know, I feel like that looked kind of cute, and like, you know, they have these hanging, you know, hanging vines inside their bedroom. So yeah, I also used a couple of decals, a little bit more kid-like, obviously not as formal as the rest of the house. So I do use some decals and very like toddler-ish things. But yeah, there's also a changing table in the toddler bedroom as well, because I didn't want to put a changing table in every bedroom that has an infant crib in it. That just doesn't make sense, because those cribs are supposed to be like the pack away ones that you would bring with you. So I just put a changing table in the toddler's bedroom because I figured, you know, one is more than enough. And yeah, this is the double bedroom that has the access to the balcony outside, and this is probably, like I said, my second favorite bedroom in the house. So yeah, I really like the balcony. I put a couple of rocking chairs out there. I put another like little play mat out there for the infant as well, and then just some plants and clutter and stuff. But I tried, like I said, to keep all of the bedrooms very usable. So I tried to make sure that routing and, you know, all of that stuff would work as it should, and you can access everything, and there's not a lot of like stuff on the floor, and it's very basic. Basically, it's like a bed, maybe a chair, end tables, dresser, that's it. They all have obviously mirrors and stuff too, but you know, it's the basics. It's the basics that your Sims would need if they're going on vacation, let's put it that way. Now, then, yeah, so that's going to be this bedroom. Then we're going to do the kids' bedroom, and then the final bedroom is going to be obviously the one upstairs. But I feel like my voice is starting to give out on me. I haven't recorded a video this long in a while. I've been kind of slacking on videos just because real life, and if you follow me on Twitter, you know all about that stuff, so I'm not gonna like bring the mood down, I guess you would say, in this video. But real life has just been kicking my butt, let's put it that way, which is why videos have been so slow, and I haven't felt like recording. I haven't been building or anything like that. It's been a time. But yeah, I'm really happy that this video is finally going out, because I wanted to have it out yesterday or today when I'm recording this, but I couldn't get it finished. I wanted to finish it over the weekend, but I had a really bad weekend, so I couldn't. But yeah, I'm really happy this is finally going out. I really hope you guys enjoy it. I will leave a link to the original build on the screen if you want to check it out. I don't know why you would want to. It's very cringy. I watched maybe like 30 seconds of it when I was first starting this build. I watched like 30 seconds of that video just as a little bit of a throwback, and I don't ever want to watch it again, because like I said, it's literally like the third video on my channel or something, and it's very cringy. My first few videos, like first 100 videos probably, felt very scripted. I sounded very scripted, and that's because I was writing out like huge lists of things that I could say, things that I wanted to remember to say, you know, all of that stuff. I wasn't very comfortable talking to a microphone, whereas now it feels a lot easier. I'm still not great at being on camera, but just talking to a microphone I can definitely do. But yeah, so it's definitely like night and day going back and seeing that older video. So yeah, I don't know why you would want to check it out, but it's linked if you ever wanted to. The build is also up on the gallery if you want to download it. You will just have to scroll back a lot, because it came out in February of 2018, and I've built hundreds of builds since then. So yeah, you'll have to be looking for a while, or you could probably look up the name. I think it's called Casa de Morel on the gallery as well. It wasn't just a video title, I think it was actually called that on the gallery, so you might be able to find it if you look that up on the gallery. But yeah, this one obviously will be up on the gallery. I'll have a download link in the description. Tray files will be up for channel members, and in 3 weeks they'll be going up for everyone on my Tumblr. But speaking about channel members, I do just want to say a huge thank you to my channel members. I know I haven't been great with like updating you guys and uploading work in progress versions of my save file like I've been doing, and you know, all of that stuff. And that's just because real life, like I said, has been kicking my ass. So I haven't had time to do anything at this point. But I'm really hoping to get back into that fairly soon. And also, I have a fun idea planned for channel members that I won't talk about here. I will post it on the community tab for channel members. So if you're not a channel member yet and you do want to support the channel that way and you're financially able to, click the little join button next to the subscribe button if you want to find out more about what channel memberships are, the different tiers, the different perks, and all of that stuff that you can get if you become a channel member. Also, on the topic of supporting the channel, it has been 6 years, and I do want to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you that like my videos, that leave me comments, that share my videos. It really does mean a lot to me. And you know, every comment that you guys leave, every time you share the video, that all helps the channel. Even if, you know, you can't become a channel member, or you know, you can't donate or anything like that, just sharing my content helps immensely. It helps with the algorithm especially, which obviously, you know, pushes it out to more people and all of that stuff. So that is always great. I do want to say a huge thank you to everyone that does any of those things, or all of them. A huge thank you to all of you. And then also, I want to remind you guys that I do have a creator code. I am part of the Support a Creator program from EA. So I do have a creator code. I will put it up on the screen for you, that you can use if you buy any Sims 4 DLC on the EA app, specifically the EA app. So it's only for PC and Mac, unfortunately, on the EA app. But yeah, so if you buy any Sims 4 DLC or any bundle for the Sims 4 and you go and you check out, you can actually put in my code, and that will give me a small percentage of each sale that's made using my code. So it's not a lot and it's not huge, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. It also doesn't give you any extra like discounts, unfortunately, but it doesn't cost you anything. You know, you just, you know, you go to buy a pack like normal and you just put in my code, and that will give me a small percentage of the sale, which again, you know, in turn obviously helps support me and helps support the channel and helps me to have the resources to spend more time on content, if that makes sense, and have to worry less about, you know, finances and real life stuff. So yeah, all of that not very fun topics to talk about. But yeah, so if you do want to use my creator code, I will have it on the screen. I'll also put it in the description of this video and all of my recent videos as well. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask me down in the comments. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this build. If you did, you know, give the video a like, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more Sims content, turn on notification bell, all of that fun stuff. But with all of that said, we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna jump on into the game, and I'm gonna give you a proper tour and look around this build and show you everything in more detail. Okay, so here we are with the finished build, and this is, like I said, this is the side that I built it from, because this is the technically, according to the gallery, this is the front of the lot. But when your Sims load in, they will load in on this side. So that's why I have two doors. But yeah, so this is the side of the lot anyway, in any case, that gets the best lighting. So yeah, as you come in, obviously we have our little front entryway. We have our big pool and hot tub area out here with some lounge chairs, a diving board, and you know, all of that fun stuff. Lots of landscaping, lots of greenery, obviously, to make it fit in with Selvadorada. But there's also a lot of greenery on the house itself. I cut out a lot of that during the speed build, but I have a lot of like vines and bougainvillea and like a lot of stuff just growing on the house. So yeah, when you come in, you actually have the entryway, which is a double height entryway. Very nice, very big. So yeah, we have our entryway. To the left, not to the left, to the right, we have the first bedroom. This is one of the ones with the little infant cribs in it. It's a little blue bedroom, you know, very nice, very plain, kind of like I mentioned in the speed build. But yeah, they do have their own ensuite bathroom, shower, tub, you know, everything that you would need. Then going further down the little hallway bit, we have the other bedroom downstairs. So this one is a little bit more colorful, a little bit more vibrant, blues and orange and all of that stuff. And then they also have their exact same ensuite bathroom. Like I said, they're basically carbon copies of each other, the bathrooms. So yeah, we have our downstairs bedrooms, and then through this archway we actually have our kitchen and dining room. So it's a very nice big dining room, big table, island counter, you know, lots of open counter space. I did put in a few clutter pieces here and there, but I tried not to go too overboard. But yeah, they do have a waffle maker and, you know, a kettle. They have obviously microwave, stove. They do have a dishwasher as well. So yeah, everything your Sims could possibly need. And then they do have their outside patio area. So out here they have a grill. I put in a pizza oven as well outside because I thought that could be a fun thing to do on vacation. They also have a little seating space with the outside, you know, fireplace. They have a bar. They also, you know, that goes down to the, you know, fairly nice lounge area by the pool with the hot tub and everything. I love the way that the exterior of this turned out. I love the way that looks. But yeah, so going upstairs, we have our landing space with the little reading nook by the bookcase. We have, you know, upstanding piano. We have a desk with a little computer. And then we have our first little, like, just more informal seating area, I guess you would say. So yeah, we have some seating over there. We have a little infant play mat. And then we have our kind of like TV area. So yeah, a couple of couches, big TV. And this is also where we have the staircase up to the 3rd floor. But going back around this way, so the first room on the 2nd floor is this double bedroom. So this is the one that I said is like my 2nd favorite bedroom in the house, with, you know, this bed and the mirrors behind it just makes it look even bigger. And yeah, so we have this very nice bed from, I believe, Island Living. I used a lot of like Island Living along with the Jungle Adventures items just because, I don't know, they both have this very kind of like, I don't know, not necessarily tropical, but I don't know, they just, the woods and the colors and stuff all just work very well together, in my opinion. But yeah, so we have this kind of like orange and green bedroom bed. This one also has a little infant bed in it as well, and they actually have their own private little balcony with some rocking chairs, a little infant play mat, and, you know, just fairly plain, fairly basic. And then we also have obviously our toddler bedroom, so with the changing table, like fun decals on the walls. We have some toys for toddlers or kids, doesn't really matter. They have some toddler blocks, you know, stuffed animals, dollhouse, you know, all of that stuff. This is also where we have our kind of like family communal bathroom, basically. So obviously the 2 bedrooms downstairs have ensuites, and then the one upstairs on the 3rd floor also has an ensuite. But this floor has a big communal bathroom with shower, tub, you know, toilet. This is also where we have a toddler potty as well. And then the last bedroom on this floor is kind of like the kids' bedroom, like the twin bedroom. So 2 single beds, dressers, you know, fairly basic. They also have a desk that you can put a laptop on if you have a laptop with you, or if your kids need to do homework, they can do it over there. But yeah, fairly plain, fairly basic. Tried not to make it too personalized, if that makes sense. But yeah, then going up to the 3rd floor, yep, there we go. Going up to the 3rd floor, we have another little entryway that I did cut out of the footage, but we have a cute little entryway where I have this kind of like indoor plant a bit to just fit in that little awkward space by the staircase. I don't know, I like the way that looked, bringing some nature inside. But we have some seating, and then we also have the archaeology table, like I mentioned. So yeah, we have a little archaeology table, and then the entire 3rd floor is basically the kind of like main suite. So this room is very green. There's a lot of like dark green on the walls. We have some tapestries, We have this gorgeous bed from the For Rent pack that actually perfectly matches the walls, in my opinion. Also perfectly matches that sofa. So yeah, this is a very like green and beige, but also with pops of orange, obviously, bedroom. Over in that corner, I just put some sized up suitcases from Growing Together, I believe. So yeah, just to make it look like, you know, that's where they've just chucked their luggage after they unpacked. And then they do have their own ensuite, like I said, but this one is very different from the ones downstairs. The downstairs ones are all like a lot lighter with the cabinetry and all of that stuff. But this upstairs one, if my game will cooperate, I don't know if it's my game or OBS, but I've been having some issues with OBS. So hopefully this tour turns out okay. But yeah, so upstairs we actually have some darker woods and a little bit more black and darker colors. So they have the vanity mirror over there with the sink. They have a couple of dual showers, little custom shower corner that I built. They have a corner tub and then just, you know, obviously toilet and all of that stuff. It's definitely a lot bigger than any of the other bathrooms and a little bit different, but I really like the way it turned out. Now, like I mentioned in the speed build, I did take inspiration from the, I guess I could say like original build that I did back in 2018 for like the glass ceiling and stuff like that. Obviously this time I'm using an actual glass ceiling, and I use these like awning pieces from the Desert Lux kit that I sized up and put in the roof. So, you know, it casts a very nice shadow downstairs if the sun hits it correctly. Let me see if I can, yeah, so you can see the moonlight coming through and the sun coming through. It's just, I love the lighting. This room, especially the lighting in this place, is just gorgeous with all of the big windows. It's basically like 3 walls are basically glass in that living room space, and I love it, especially with all of these views. That, can you imagine the view out here? Like, it would be such a great place to have a vacation. But yeah, so that is basically the entire build, you guys. Let me just give you a little floor plan look so that you can see where everything is a little bit better. So that is the 3rd floor. Then we have the 2nd floor and the 1st floor as well. But yeah, that is it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, if you did, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, you know, all of that fun YouTube stuff. A huge thank you to my channel members for all of your continued support. If you guys want to download this build, it is up on the gallery. I will have all of that gallery information, download link, all of that stuff in the description as usual. But I hope you're all having a great day and a great week. And I will see you all probably later this week for some crystal... what is it, like the Crystal Collections stuff pack or something like that? I've already forgotten the name, but I'll see you later this week for some crystal stuff pack content. Hope you're all having a great day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye everyone.